deposit of 100 dust. Wait, no, sorry, pardon. Is a notification of another 5,000 dust deposited in your account.
I was gonna
And it
say,
is just memoed. Yeah, I was like, wait, that's only 100 copper.
I'm about to say, wow, you got gypped. You may want to go deal with this first.
It's another 5,000 dust, and it is memoed with payment for trip.
is that the one unique to live, or is that the one we all got?
That's the one you need to live.
Okay, because I'm also definitely checking myself.
The
Okay.
message that you all got is one that says, "Hello, team. I had a chat with Lady Miranda last night. She seems pretty glad am. I. Bleh. She seems pretty glad that I have a team working on the mystery, and made sure to remind me that if the team wants to meet with Voden, she can send a letter of introduction for someone in the group to be allowed into the prison to talk to him on behalf of the orphanage. You all must have impressed her yesterday, which is not an easy feat. She also made it sound as though you all had something for the research team here at the university. You should be clear to stop by the university. Good job on the work so far, but we still don't have the cause in containment yet, so let's not rest till we have the job finished, Keating."
All right. With that quick breath, if you are here on the archive or YouTube, my power surged real quick.
So
that's
for
what happened.
clarity's sake, is this a group message, or did he send messages to all of us individually?
He sent, so it is a group message, but it is done in the way where it's like each individual like slate ID is in the message.
So it is a group message, not a copy pasta unique to each person.
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to respond lol K.
Okay.
What does that mean?
What is this?
Lots of love, Keating. Duh. I'm gonna walk out.
A strange individual.
All right, Guri.
Yes.
Back.
Yes.
All right. Your landlady. She informs you that Professor Keating, when she was on the chair for deciding whether a professor got hired or not, Keating was up for his professorship, and they are required to show a project that makes their application to the university worth the university's time. Keating was able to quickly and cost effectively make a live chimera.
Don't you dare.
You sack of shit.
Okay, I wasn't meaning that. Like, it's not like it was like Edward.
That's why I paused. It's like, should I lean into that? Should I lean into that? But all right, do I have like knowledge on what a chimera is? Apparently,
Yes.
all right.
Enough wizards have chimera and homunculi as familiars that it's not too uncommon, but the the thought that he was able to make one cost effectively seems out of place because usually they are an exorbitant amount of time, money, and magical energy.
Okay. Like I'd be like, interesting. Like I'm gonna make a note of that. But like any friends of friends who specialize in animals. this particularly, like, I guess, biological animals instead of magical.
Keating does specialize in both, but if you're still looking for someone else, I might be able to get you in up at the zoo on the 6th tier if you've got identification that can go up that high.
The ID packages. I forget where they're able to get to. Let's see.
I believe 4.
And is this ascending or descending in terms of status? Like, is a lower number a higher tier than a higher number?
No.
Okay.
The higher the number of the tier, the higher the standing.
Okay.
Slums is considered 0.
All right. How do I open this?
You
Oh.
also got that message from Keating, by the way.
Yeah. So I take a look at that and like any information you can, or any friends that you may have, just let me know. And I just raise my plate. Apparently I need to go, and I head to the, was it the lightning rail?
Yes.
Yeah. And head to the university.
Okay. That will be a minute. So with the rest of the group that isn't wandering off to finish a bucket of coffee. Oh, welcome back, Lana.
I will be listening, but not talking about to go on this.
Okay. So, for those of you that haven't wandered off with a bucket of coffee, or are taking the lightning rail, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go back to my rig and get ready to transport that casket.
Okay. The best you're going to be able to do is carry it from there.
And I don't think that's something I can carry by myself.
Well, it seems like you've got a few people still available.
Once the world stops spinning and I start feeling better, I'll help live out with that.
The nitroglycerin that is in your stomach has seems to have finally settled.
Wait, nitroglycerin. Okay.
I was gonna ask that out of character.
And you seem to be feeling better. Also, you are sweating profusely. So any toxins that had been in your body, maybe some of the not toxins that were healthy for you are also sweating out of your body. In fact, your body is sweating out of its body. Your skin feels very warm and like you are just sweating buckets, but otherwise you feel okay.
I
I
had
had-
one of those drinks.
Well, never had one of those drinks before. I feel slippery than a slipped up banana. I'll go over to Liv and with a nice soggy hand, probably smack him on the back, and be like, "All right, let's get this body moved."
Are you sure you're gonna be able to move this with me?
There is
We
a
won't know
wet
till we find
slap
out.
on your back, by the way.
I kind of wiped that place up where he hit me. And I'll be like, okay, let's just get this done.
Alright, so who all is headed to the truck to help move the casket?
I'm going.
I want to go supervise it. That's about it. 'Cause I doubt I'm gonna be much help.
Damn it, Shaw. Alright, well, the three of you that are functional sizes
Hey, is that supposed to be a dwarf joke?
No, that's a gnome joke.
No, it's not.
Who Who's a gnome?
I'm a gnome.
Like,
Oh.
the three of you are able to get the casket to the university. It's not too much trouble. It is a little on the heavier side, but it's, at least for you, Coronin, it's nothing that you haven't dealt with working in the merchant business.
Are the samples also in the trunk?
They are in the casket. Like, it is all
Oh.
contained in there. Alright, you guys make it to the university. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to get from the truck to the university. The streets aren't super busy right now.
So we got a bunch of stairs along the way.
Not super amounts of them. Like, most of the slums are pretty flat. There's a little bit of inclines here and there, but...
Other stairs. Looks.
No. They just see you carrying a box. Like, yeah, it's about the right dimensions for a casket, but it's the slums. People are, for the most part, the people of the slums, as long as you don't bother them, they don't bother you.
He says that as 3 people are dead. Oh.
But were they bothered?
That is the question.
I think they're more bothered by the constable's lack of response.
Fair enough. Understandable too.
All right, so you guys make it to the stairs entrance, or the front entrance of the university. It is a toweringly massive building, the base of which is a black marble, what looks like it once might have been a library. It has a very grand front entrance, adorned with different statues of historical figures, many of which you might recognize, you might not. I don't have names for you, but
Start making them up.
You had all week. It lasted.
But it's historical figures that have been in the learning sphere, like people that have pioneered different methods of magic or technology or medicine. There is actually a statue for Teresa Ashe Heart, which is a name that you have heard much more recently and regularly than you probably have while living in the city for however long you've been here. Guri, that's about the time you show up at the university as well.
All right.
And Shaw, while you are finishing your coffee, is there anything you would like to be doing?
No, I would have came right here and assumed what entrance they would show up to and just kind of hang out.
Okay. So you are already standing at the entrance waiting for them.
Upon them walking up, Squint will fly over and land on the casket wearing a black veil over its face. It will fake sniffles as well.
The weight doesn't change much on the casket.
I sure hope not. It's just a undead bird.
He's small but dense.
I mean, with the amount of bread he's eaten today, he's a little denser than normal. You make it inside, and I need to grab my note. The massive front room has paintings of several of the headmasters of the school. Uh, you see headmasters of many different races. However, one painting stands out to you the most and is labeled Itham Eveningfall, First Headmaster. And it appears to be a painting of a brain in a jar of liquid. In the center of the main room is a statue of an elegant dressed woman with a fox mask on the side of her head, holding a long pipe in one hand, and in the other arm is holding what looks to be the first headmaster. Standing next to her is an older looking woman sitting on an oversized mortar with a raven sitting on her shoulder. The plaque under the statue reads, "Founding a place where all can learn from the mistakes of our past, Akiko." As you make it more into the area, an elvish, a woman of elvish descent approaches you. "Greetings, I am Prefect Aluna. Are you here to enroll, or do you have other business at the university?"
We currently have other business here at the university. We need to speak with Professor Keating.
"Ah, yes, Professor Keating. Let me check his schedule." And she pulls out what looks to be a slate, but instead of the dark black material that most of your slates are, this looks like just a pane of glass almost. She touches it and begins pressing here and there, and then finally, "Ah, yes, Professor Keating. He is currently hosting a lecture on the 3rd floor. If you hold there for a minute, I can get you a visitor pass and assign you to a waiting room on that floor. The lecture is scheduled to end very shortly. Is that acceptable?"
Yeah.
Yes.
"All right, I will be right back with those visitor badges. If you would like, is that a delivery for the university?"
Yes.
Yes, it is. It goes right to
"Great.
Professor Keating.
If you could leave that over there, actually follow me with that, and you can leave it with me. Uh, and then I will make arrangements with Keating, or Keating can make arrangements with me as to where it is going, so that we can get it to where it's going, so you don't have to wander around the university with what looks to be possibly a heavy parcel."
I grunt. Yeah, it's a little bit of a dead weight.
She does not seem phased, and almost as if she did not get any part of a joke.
I look at Squint.
Squint looks at you.
I assume they're still on the coffin, veiled.
They are? Yes.
That's why I was like, okay.
Squint shrugs.
Is this an attempted humor?
I know what you are.
I do not understand. Please follow me. She takes you over to a desk. She goes behind the desk. She motions to a spot next to the desk and says, "Just please set that there. And give me just a moment to get your visitor badges arranged." She's ruffling through some things behind her desk. She goes to her slate, puts each of the visitor badges on her slate, fiddles around with the slate some more, hands you the badges. These should get you to the, did I say 3rd floor?
Yep.
Yeah. These should get you to the 3rd floor. Go ahead and step through that lift over there. Press your badge to the reader on the lift. It will take you up to that floor. And when you get onto that floor, step through the lift, and it will be the waiting room number 3.
All right.
It should be one of 6 rooms off the lift. You shouldn't have any trouble finding it. Thank you, and I hope you have a most pleasant day. She is now standing perfectly still, holding her slate, just staring blankly at the front door.
Zaya is going to wave her hand in front of her face.
Zero reaction. No blinking, just it's like she shut down.
I'm just gonna look back at the rest of the group like, y'all motherfuckers are weird.
Uh, to be fair, this is pretty weird to me too.
Alright, at least we're on the same page. And then she proceeds to follow the directions. But I totally remember what she said.
All right, the lift is right across the hall. It's not hard to find. She even pointed to it. Once inside, you see that there is a reader, much like the key card reader at the Raccoon Terrace that allows you to get in and out of your room, or into your room.
Alright, I'll go ahead and touch my visitor's pass on the reader.
The light comes on, the door's shut, and it takes you up. You see a number 1, 2. I don't remember how to count.
3?
Ah, you should become a DoorDasher.
5.
Fucking right?
And 3, and then the door's open.
Sorry, expecting delays. We'll be at 3 in a moment.
I was more waiting, trying to make sure that I had said 3 because my brain kept thinking 4. Apparently, I made it the 3rd floor with the 3rd meeting room because I don't remember numbers.
Does it happen to be 3 o'clock now too?
No.
It's 2:59.
Yeah, it's 2:59.
3
no,
o'clock somewhere.
probably. Once in the room, it is a rather nondescript meeting room. There's a large table in the room. Looks as though the room can seat roughly 14 to 20 people. Not very comfortably, but it can seat that. Um, it's a plain crafted round table. It lacks any major embellishments. It still looks classy, but just in a plain sort of way. All of the chairs, though, you can see have it's just a mismatch of furniture. Like some of the chairs have like engravings in the framework. Others are just plain. Some the cushions are this pattern of cloth, and others are a different pattern. Nothing really matches when it comes to the chair.
I think I have to ask this: do I notice anything odd?
Not particularly. There isn't anything particularly odd about this setting. Um, with the previous encounter, though, the something odd you noticed is it does not appear that Aluna ever actually took a breath.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah, you're chilling in there until the end of the lecture. You guys are free to talk amongst yourselves, or I can just fast forward.
Man, we are boring.
Yeah, pretty boring.
Yeah.
guys just stare around the room for a few minutes. Keating comes in. Ah, hello, group. I would
Hi,
assume
Professor
since you were,
Keating.
I would assume since you're visiting, you have information on what I need to craft for a containment unit.
You would be wrong.
Oh boy.
No, we got
So what do you
this.
have for me?
We left a parcel with your secretary, a secretary downstairs.
I assume you mean Prefect Luna.
Yeah, the doll. She's
Yeah,
fucking weird, man.
if that's what you want to call her, I guess. Thing, I don't know.
She's fine. She works for me. It's okay.
She needs an attitude adjustment.
What? She's usually just very business oriented. Was she mean?
No, she was boring.
Oh, well that's fine. I don't care if she's entertaining. That's not her job.
But I care.
All work and no play make AI dumb bitch.
It's not really an AI. She's kind of just. She's not much more different than a voice recording. She has a
Who'd you
couple
record?
if-then statements that, like, if this happens, do this. But she's kind of basic.
You can say that again.
You should make her not basic then.
Nah, she was cost effective. Anyway, so what is in this parcel?
Let's go find
I
out.
I guess like bluntly, a body.
I'm gonna need a little bit more details because this depends on whether I am canceling my class or whether I am making other arrangements for my classes that I teach today. So please,
A
the information.
person's body? I don't know.
A victim. We were hoping we'd get some information from you about it, actually. There seems to be some peculiarities there about this one.
So there's a victim's corpse. Okay. Anything else? We just looking at a victim? Like that I can do that after classes. They're not going anywhere.
Fair enough. That's roughly all I know. Other than the
ruffles his feathers.
There are also some samples.
Samples of what?
Hey,
Dude,
Squint,
dude.
did you
I,
did you
I,
get exactly what the samples are?
Squint pulls out his notes, looks at them, looks back up at you, nods, and puts his notes away.
like, did we save
You
the
gotta
picture?
ask the bird.
Okay. Squint, what kind of samples should I find in that parcel?
Squint pulls his notes out again, rips out the page that is about the samples, and hands it to him.
So, some sort of.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
The notes are literally well organized chicken scratch.
Like, completely illegible?
Like, it's just sharp lines that run through each other. It's very well organized, but it's literally chicken scratch.
He stares at this for a minute, looks back up at Squint. Thank you. That clears so much up. And he hands the note back. So, what kind of samples are they? Where did you get them?
Squint and Zaya high five.
I don't remember the samples, to be honest.
I
The
mean,
samples she showed you.
Lana and Shaw were flirting with the person we got it from, so some
Yeah,
should know.
I was about to say, did any of us save the picture of like the frog with the exploded head?
To be clear, it was me and
Stolen.
Solus who were flirting with her.
Right.
If I was at home, I'd have to know. But I apologize. Sorry, guys.
It's fine. Uh, one of you was able to produce the picture that Kieran showed you. I don't care which one of you.
Just all of us at the same time.
Oh. And that came out of... Alright, that warrants me making other arrangements for my classes today. Where did you get them?
I got
I
these from Kieran.
Oh. Oh, that's not good.
I think it was one of her protectors and one of her ladies that got infected with this.
Wait, so is it the lady's body that's downstairs or the protector's body?
We don't know. We haven't been able to open it.
She did actually inform you that the protector was the person that the police had taken who was found in the storm drain. The
lady.
The lady was
is in
in
the...
separately. Okay, yeah, it's the protector then.
No, this would
No.
be the lady.
The lady? Okay.
Yeah. Like she ripped it out of the constable's hands.
Okay, Kieran. Oh man. Oh, Kruk is gonna be unhappy. Well, maybe that'll snap him out of... Anyway, alright. 1 second. You see him pull the caterpillar that some of you noticed the first night from behind his ear. He sets it down on the table along with a mirror and a couple other pieces of arcane tools. Mumbles some words, and the caterpillar is now a mirror image of Keating. The violet caterpillar, without skipping a beat, normal drill? Yes, Master Itham, the normal drill. I've got my next class should be, looks at his schedule. Oh, xenomorphic biology. You good with that one? Itham kind of just, or the mirror image just kind of looks down for a minute. I think I can handle xenomorphic biology. And proceeds out of the room. The original Keating looks at the rest of you. Alright, well, we're gonna take a trip to my lab with said parcel. So we'll go down to the lobby, grab the parcel, and then go down to my lab. Unless you guys have
Alright.
something else you need to do. But I feel like this would be a good time to introduce you to the rest of the team anyway. Well, you can't meet Master Itham. He is currently going to be teaching my lectures.
Yeah, I guess we can beat the rest of the team.
He takes you down in the elevator. Once you get to the lobby, as soon as he steps out of the elevator, Luna is standing right at the elevator. As he steps out, "Greetings, Professor. You had a parcel delivered, and you have... Oh, there are your guests. You have already run into them. How may I assist you?"
Install some personality.
Keating just kind of like puts his hand to his temple.
Access denied.
"Aluna, I need to get to the lab." You know the routine. Also, they have access badges that should work for the lift. You just have to use allow their badges to whatever access level is granted or needed to get to me. Okay? You don't have to give them visitor badges. In fact, could you folks please give the visitor badges back to Aluna?
I had mine back.
I had it back too.
Yeah, give the visitor badge back as well.
I'm gonna hand mine back and be like, you could use some curves too.
I don't understand. She wanders over, grabs the parcel. She literally just bends down, puts one hand under it, puts it up on her shoulder, and walks over to Keating with it. "Would you like me to take this downstairs?" Yes, but let me see your slate real quick." She leans the slate over for him. He taps a few things on it. You see all the windows go black that are in this area. You hear the doors lock, and then you hear the area in front of the statue start to grind, and you hear the sound of stone against stone as the floor starts to slide down into a spiral staircase below the statue.
Interesting setup. Guess we go down the staircase.
Yes, head on down. Luna, please take that into the lab. I'm going to introduce them to the rest of the team, and then continue with your duties up here. She goes down the stairs ahead of you with the casket, still just holding it basically like a pizza tray on her shoulder, as if unfazed by the weight at all.
Damn. Didn't know robots could be that strong. Oh well. I'll follow her down.
Once you guys get down there, you see Luna, sorry, completely wrong name.
Keep my name out your mouth.
That's fair. You see Luna wanders off through a door to your right. In this room, Keating stops. All right, welcome to the lab. This is the main entrance room. At one point, I believe there was a sanitary lock in this room. We have since removed that. It was very outdated. Old technology hasn't really been used anymore. When we need to have a sterile environment, we have one set up, but we don't work with anything that requires that kind of sterility on a regular basis. To the left through that door is the containment cells. I would suggest not wandering down there by yourself. It is a maze designed that way so that there is a containment breach. It takes the creatures and objects much longer to get out than if it was a simple go prison break style. To your right is one of our test areas. I believe that it had once been a security room. The walls are a little thicker in there, so we can test some of our more explosive experiments. If you follow me, I will take you to meet the rest of the team.
Okay, we'll go ahead and follow.
He makes towards the room to the right. You get in there, and it is the walls seem to be a much thicker material. It almost looks as if it's reinforced stone. You do see blast marks and different charring of the walls, but no real damage, despite the very real and thick soot stains on the wall. In one corner, you see like large sandbags and makeshift barricades so that it looks like they could keep a closer eye on some of their more volatile experiments. But it also looks like those sandbags have definitely seen better days. And through this door is our research room. We do most of our formulas for arcane and the theoretical research, the stuff that needs papers and books and that kind of thing. It also happens to be where we usually end up taking our meals. I will warn you now, Professor Kook has not been seeing visitors for a while. Well, you'll understand. I'm just gonna apologize for it now.
What's the does that supposed to mean?
He opens the door, and inside you see a very disheveled, bipedal, well, all ravens are bipedal, but walking humanoid-looking raven in a tattered bathrobe with no modesty, stains all over himself and his shorts that he's wearing. There are pieces of food crumbs stuck in his feathers. Just looks a mess. And he is muttering to himself as he's reading a book.
What happened to him? The experiment go wrong?
Keating clears his throat. Kook, we have company. Can you maybe clean yourself up a bit? With a squawk, there is a now distinguished looking human, despite being terribly oily, smudged with dirt. Oh, Omar and company. He looks surprised, embarrassed, and angry in equal parts. As quickly as possible, he draws close his robes to protect what little modesty he believes he has left. There isn't any. You got a good view of everything you didn't want to know, or did want to know, and runs through a doorway that looks like the door was drawn on with chalk. The door slams shut behind him, and there is a very audible huff as he slams the door.
You know, not as impressive as I thought it was going to be.
Ain't no reason to run off in shame. Everybody's letting their dingle wander now and then.
I'm having flashbacks of last week.
Is he gonna be coming back?
Probably. Why? Do you need him?
We have a couple messages for him, I believe. Unless there's multiple kooks running around.
I believe he's the only one that has that name.
Well, he's fucked.
Well, I know you've talked to Miranda, and I know you've talked to Kieran, and I can't imagine either one of them are happy with him. Is there anything in particular you need to tell him?
There's some soju for him.
That Kieran misses their, what was it, chess games?
Shogi.
Shogi. That Kieran misses their shogi time.
That's fair.
Also, I'm pretty sure my Auntie Celia would like to talk with him too. It's probably been a while.
I.
Dude clearly has woman problems. And, I mean, to be fair, what was on display, I can understand why.
Ouch.
Don't need to ruffle his feathers.
Keaton
assure
is
you.
openly laughing.
I can assure you that he does a good enough job of that on his own with the luck he's been having with women lately.
I will inform him that there is soju for him and that they miss him. I imagine it wasn't. Well, I know how Miranda feels. She has let me know countless times since he decided that he was deceased. I have not spoken to Kieran in quite a number of years, so I will assume it was more formal of a statement. She does tend to get a little sentimental when it's regarding family, though. Word to the wise, don't upset her. I have seen her punch through concrete.
Squint begins
Kieran?
to blush.
Yes, Kieran. Do not let that small frame fool you. I am pretty sure that her fists are not made of anything human. Or gnomish.
It's because they're small and dense. It's a smaller point of impact, so more force can go through it. It's a piercing effect.
Hey, maybe.
Yeah, what she said.
Maybe. Anyway, I will take a look at the victim, I will have Kook give me a hand. This is probably going to take some time. If you have other leads or things that you would like to accomplish in the meantime, feel free to do so. If you need to come back here, send me a message via the slate, and I will make sure to have Aluna let you in.
All right.
I appreciate the delivery, and I will message you with the findings as soon as I have something. I'm not sure if it will be enough for the containment. Based on it being a dead sample, it's not going to be a whole lot for me to study, especially with it being what I assume to be probably very young. Some live observations would be helpful, or maybe a live version, since apparently we now know that there are young. Either way, good job. Keep up the good work. Go team. I don't know. I'm not really good at motivational speaking. It's not
Alright.
on my
Well-
list of topics.
Yeah, we got some other leads to look at, so we can go take a look at them in the meantime.
All right. Well, that sounds great. Just about that time, the door opens and Coop comes through. And he's in human form and more properly dressed. Face has been cleaned. It still looks like he's wet, but that's probably because he literally just cleaned himself up. You're the new team?
Yep, that's us.
Great. I'm Professor Kook. I think you already know that, though. I haven't peopled in too long. How...
So we've heard.
Omar's got this, and he wanders into the other room, unless anybody has something else to say to him.
You said new team. Are you saying there was another team before us?
Well, previously it was just myself, Omar, and Itham. So you're the new team. We're the old team, you're the new team. Pretty sure that was plain common.
Yeah,
Hey, Keating.
that works for me.
Keating, could you hold out your hand, please?
Keating holds out his hand.
Squint flutters over, lands on his hand, coughs a few times, and then ejects a small scroll into the palm of his hand, and then flutters back to Zaya's shoulder. Give that to Kook.
Kook reaches over. Kook opens it.
It is a very poorly, because I'm assuming Celia is a terrible artist.
No, she practiced every day. Fuck
So
you.
it's like slightly
Practice
less
don't
than
make
terrible.
good.
It's not trash though. Don't besmirch her.
So it's a horribly drawn, not terribly drawn, mortar and pestle. That's all that's on it.
Kook looks back at the bird and you. Oh. You You must be Celia's niece.
Yeah, she misses you. I don't know, probably, actually. Like, she's weird.
Yeah. The family's been a little weird since Mom's passing and both of them. And then it got weirder when Penelope passed. It's weird right now.
Well, Grandma Zill also probably thinks about you every once in a while, too.
She's a terrifying woman.
Yeah. Where do you think I got it?
I think we have work to do, Keating. Keating looks rather confused. Zill? Do I need more information, or is this all just your crazy family stuff? And he's looking back and forth between the two of you.
It's crazy family stuff. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
Alright, cool. If I'd have known that this was the shit I'd end up with when I got sent to that orphanage, I'd probably still gone to the orphanage. And he walks into the laboratory.
Just you wait, buddy. I didn't go to clowning college for nothing.
Alright, so I am going to say we take a break till. What do you say? 5-10 minute break? Does that sound good? Because it's been about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, it should be.
Yeah, my moles are flooding.
Same.
Actually, it's almost been 2. Alright, cool. So meet back here Alright, Charlotte.
Yes.
You have slept off what remnants of a hangover, or not hangover, you had from the amount of soju you had the night before.
I didn't drink any soju. I'm
Oh.
pretty sure I only had coffee.
That's
I
right.
probably just overslept because Gremlin Brain was just like, caffeine.
And crash.
Yes.
Cool. So, it is roughly 11 o'clock. And around 10 o'clock, your slate had gone off with a message from Professor Keating, informing you guys that he had already talked to Miranda, and that he knew that you guys had a parcel, and that he was excited to, or he was happy with the work you had done, and to please continue doing it, as we haven't figured out what it is yet.
Wait, is this like before they went to meet him? Or
Yeah.
after they went to meet him?
This was before they went to meet him.
Was I awake at that point, or am I
No.
still like...
The message came through at 10.
Oh.
It is now 11.
I see that and be like, oh, fuck. Begrudgingly roll out of bed, get myself together, and go downstairs.
So it looks like the early lunch crowd is in the Raccoon Terrace currently. It's not a whole lot of people just yet. There's maybe 4 tables with people seated at them. Queenie is behind the bar. And there is a hostess at the front desk. Other than that, there's a couple wait staff on hand right now, but that's about it.
I'll get the attention of the hostess and just be like, please, food.
Go ahead and go up to the bar and talk to Queenie, or take a table and talk to one of the waiters.
Okay, I'm just gonna sit at a random spot.
Bar or table?
Table.
Okay. So the waiter that comes over to you is looks of dwarven descent, but a little taller than most dwarves, and his stature isn't as wide as most dwarves. So he's kind of a lanky dwarf.
I'm gonna squint at him and be like, you confuse me. Food and coffee, please?
Food and coffee. Alright, coming right up. Anything in particular for food? Breakfast, lunch, what are you looking for?
Which one is better?
I prefer breakfast, but some people think that breakfast after 10 o'clock is a sacrilege, so...
Breakfast is fine.
Awesome. Eggs and meat it is. Bread?
Sure.
Awesome. He goes in the back, you hear some yelling. And then, about 10 minutes later, he comes back to your table. Here you go. And it's several eggs, a couple slices of bacon, and then 3 links of sauce, and then a giant mug of coffee. It is not the bucket that was given to Zaya, but it is a large mug of coffee.
Okay. I'm just gonna eat. Are there any weirdos at the inn?
Define weirdo?
They look out of place.
No, for the most part, everybody that's here looks like they're all like blue-collar workers. Nothing crazy. I think the craziest person you see here would be they look to be the same race as Liv, but they're in like welders overalls kind of thing. It's more like the one-piece like jumpsuit thing. I can't for the life of me remember what those are called. Yeah, sure. And he has, uh, unlike Liv's Vanara, he has 6 ears. But that's about the weirdest person you see in the building.
Okay. I'm gonna send a message to. Do I have their numbers? Their contact
If you
information?
didn't before, all of the IDs for the slates are listed in the message that was sent by Keating earlier.
Okay. I'm just gonna ping. I'm gonna randomly click on one of it and just be like, "Where are you at?" So you can choose who it goes to, but she's not paying attention as she's eating and inhaling coffee. She's still processing the fact that she had to get up.
Zaya,
Uh-huh.
it's about 11 o'clock. You guys are just leaving the lab, and you get a message that says, "Where you at?"
We are still at the university, right?
Yes.
We have left.
You just
Okay.
wandered out of the lab, so you're in the main hall.
Okay. I'm gonna respond. We're at the university. We just met with Keating.
Where do I meet you? Just typing it out.
I'll look to the rest of the guys like, so where are we going? Because like Charlotte wants to know where we're gonna meet her.
Mm, I guess we
Uh,
can meet her back at the inn or at
Yeah.
her rig.
Yeah, because I forget what the other investigation point was. Where?
There are 2 apartments in this district. The child that was arrested for the death of his mother is also in this district in the prison, but most of it is actually in this district. You wouldn't have to leave.
Should we go meet with the kid then?
In the prison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't we need to ask for some papers to get us in there? Because I don't think they just let people into the prison.
Yeah, that's fair. What's the other option then?
Apartments. His apartment or Netta's apartment.
Which would you guys rather go to?
Question for our character. Do I have any contacts left in the police department after from my days of being, part of the force?
They don't dislike you. You could probably speak to someone, and it would still be like there'd still be some social interaction skills there, but they're not hostile towards you.
Okay. Again, because I'm wondering if I can reach out to some old contacts to see if I can get visitation rights for the kid to ask him
You
questions.
try that. You also were informed that Miranda would be willing to vouch and send a message to get you into the prison as working for the orphanage.
All right. Yeah, I'd like to see if I can get that put together. Maybe contact Miranda first.
Okay, works for me. So going to the, are we gonna like preemptively go to the kitchen or the prison? Not the kitchen. I'm sure they have a kitchen at the prison.
The
I
kitchen
think we
prison.
should go to his apartment first. That way, if there's anything there, we might want to, or we could see that we might want to ask about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to text the location of that to Charlotte.
Alright, so whose apartment are we going to?
I believe that would be Volden and
Yeah. Foden Cragbuckles.
yes. That would be
Really
the
there.
Copper House. All right. So you guys are headed there?
Yeah.
Same with you, Lana?
Yep. I'll
Okay.
find a way there.
All right, you guys managed to get over there pretty easily. Copper House is an apartment, not far.
Apparently on Sludge Lane.
Correct.
Lovely.
All right, Rava. Rava is not feeling all that awesome right now, so Liv is going to go back to the rig and do some maintenance.
Okay.
Alright.
All right, Copper House Apartments. So, how you doing this?
With
Actually,
conviction.
sounds good. All right, so out in front of the Copper House Apartments, you do see an area of the street that is cordoned off with the police robe. And if you look from there back towards the Copper House Apartments, it goes over a green area, and then there is a broken window 3 floors up.
Are there
It is roughly a straight line from the cordoned off section of the street to that window. But it is also...
Hello?
Okay, I'm glad. I was just about to ask.
Yeah, sorry, I was going to check my number or my notes for the number. It is roughly about 100 feet between that window and the impact point.
10 stories.
No, 3 stories up, but 100 feet between like the impact point and the edge of the building.
That's a heck of a jump.
Right?
Jesus fucking Christ, yeah.
And
That's
you
not a jump anymore. Bitch got yeeted.
and you said this was through the glass, right? Jesus.
Yes.
Like, how far would he have made it without the glass? Uh, so where it's coordinated off, are there basically constables there?
No, there are no constables.
So
This is the first murder site. So it's been about 3 months, and it's still cordoned off.
be like, yeah, that looks about right. So, all right. I know you just gave the name. What was the name again? Like something Buckle.
Volden
Cragbuckle.
Cragbuckle.
Nice. Good job.
All right. So we're here to visit him, or
This was his house along with his mother, Caribou Cragbuckle.
Did we own stock in Cabela's?
No.
Did they have livestock? Like, fuck.
right? And Craig Buckle was the victim, or is this his house?
Killed his mom.
Volden is
Mostly.
the son of the deceased victim, Caribou.
All right. All right, so I guess do we want to see if we can search the building, like the room?
Is it easy to enter the building? Like
Getting into the
front
apartment
door?
building, absolutely easy.
Cool. Let's do that. Just go in there and
Yeah.
do we know what floor
Third
he
floor.
was on? Do we know the room number? The apartment building number? Whatever. Apartment room number?
It's room number 323.
Okay, cool. Not hard to find.
All right.
Let's go to that room. Or
Uh, I agree.
Okay. The door is closed. There is a stretch of police tape over the door. And a notice on the door that says active crime scene. Please avoid tampering with evidence on penalty of legal prosecution.
is there a way to safely or carefully remove the tape without making it look like it
I
was
kicked the
removed?
door.
I was just like, I get my, like, I pull out my gun, like less noise.
Don't
But-
pull out your gun in a fucking apartment building.
Did you even check if it was unlocked?
I just wanted to remove the tape first, so that we didn't all have to like go under it or through it.
I was about to say that, like, did you even check to see if it was locked first?
I wanted to remove the tape so that we didn't have to like keep passing through it. That was the thought process. How much tape is on it? Just one like strip or like
One strip across the center. It's high enough that Felix can walk under it. So you could
hard
bend
is
down
Felix?
and just.
Kicked the door.
Alright, roll a strength check for me. Actually, roll athletics.
I will laugh if that door bounces you off.
So will I.
You kick the door with a very loud thump. But the door does not seem to move.
I tried the door handle.
It is locked.
Let's see.
Alright, I'll look at him. I'll look at him like, lass, you gotta put your back into it when you do it.
Do we have
And-
anything that can pick it?
I don't think I
Oh,
can.
sweet.
I
Well,
love that you guys have gone straight for the criminal idea. I love you guys.
I'm just
Actually,
like,
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna step away from that shit. Is there a front desk? Like, was there anyone at the front, like, who would have the keys?
There
Shit
is
like
a
that?
superintendent's office, yes.
Let me talk to them. Let me go over there.
I go with her.
Alright, who's next to kick the door?
I was about to say, I'm gonna
Actually,
go out and put the bones back into it. I'm going to kick the door open.
Alright. You go ahead and make your roll. Lana, you make your way downstairs.
I'm
to
going
the
with them.
superintendent's office. It also bounces you. You notice that people are starting to peer out their doors, looking at what's going on in the hallway.
What? Did you ever see a door stop a person before?
You hear shuts.
The key broke in the door. We're trying to get it open.
As it has tape on it still. Yes.
So Lana, you make your way down to the superintendent's office. The door is shut, but there is a sign on the door that does say Superintendent Coleman.
I'm gonna knock on the door. Do I get any response?
Yes, a halfling, a darker skinned halfling opens the door. Yes?
Hey, could you possibly help me out? I'm
I don't
doing
think
an
you're one of my tenants.
I am not, but I'm doing an investigation on a specific room, and I need keys for it.
Go ahead and give me I guess persuasion or deception. I feel like deception is not necessarily the requirement here, but persuasion would work, or intimidate if you just want to scare the shit out of the
What
dude.
is perception or persuasion in this? Because there's
Oh,
Diplomacy?
Yeah, diplomacy.
Okay, do diplomacy. It's a 12.
All right. Uh,
Look, I just don't want your building to get destroyed. Like, we already live in the slums. We don't need to make it worse. The key is the safest option.
I agree with you. I assume you were talking about the Cragbuckle apartment.
Yep.
Great. Give me a second to get the key. I will meet you up there.
Thank you so much.
No problem. I'm just glad you guys didn't decide to break the door down.
Like,
Let's hope that it is not broken down.
like I'm just behind her laughing. Like,
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna give me more work?
Look.
Hey, I was going to use kinesis, but unfortunately, it does not work on wooden doors.
you have the sonic screwdriver.
Let's hurry before the idiots I came with decide to give you more work.
Fair. He runs over, grabs a giant stack of keys, and starts running up to the room.
I will
Question.
follow behind, but
Good.
not as urgently.
Question: would my brisk pace basically keep up with his running?
Yeah.
Okay, I just follow casually.
I'm just gonna say that I have a thermos of coffee still, and I'm going to be drinking that as I go up.
Okay. Is anyone else trying to bust the door down, or are you guys moved past that and just waiting for Lana and Tracy to return? I will take that as no one is trying to break the door down still. Great.
You cannot what token?
You do not own a token. It just means
Yeah,
that
I'm working on it.
doesn't put a...
I'll give you guys tokens in a second. So, you guys see a dark-skinned halfling come up to you guys at the door.
Why won't this door open?
Sir, I have a key.
Oh, that would help.
You don't have to brute force everything. Sometimes talking to people helps.
Aren't you
Who
glad
are
I
you again?
grabbed you to not
Yeah.
make sure your door doesn't break?
What?
Aren't you glad I got you? They would have broken the door.
I somehow lit a cigarette on the way.
Look, it's an active police investigation. I say active in the loosest sense of the terms. Please don't mess anything up more than the police already have. And try and be quick about it.
Try.
I
When
like
you're
your play
done,
of words, Magic Man.
When you're done, lock the door behind you, and we will say that I have never seen you guys. Okay?
Sounds good.
Who
Great.
are you again?
You don't need to know his name. He doesn't need to know our names. No one knows anyone, and that is fine. Let us go.
He opens the door and lets you in.
There it is. I've been looking for it.
You know,
That
this
should
place
be
is
all of you.
decently clean for a murder scene.
So this window is the one that is broken.
Alright, which window? Sorry. Okay, that one. Okay. And again, do I notice anything?
So on the outside of the window, hanging like kind of on the brick, you see a bit of black wiry thread. It seems to be some sort of rope mixed with hair. The hair that is in it is actually like strands of like a fiery red. But the actual rope is more of a black thread, but it feels more squishy and ichorish. That's odd.
What?
I have an ability that he has to tell me something curious about the room.
That's yeah.
Yeah, that's odd.
So, who wants to investigate what?
Well, I guess I'll check out where the body was found. Well, the body was found outside, but around the area where it was thrown out the around the window, and see if I see any signs of more than one person has been there, or someone was dragged, or something like that.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay, give me a second here. Where the heck are those at?
Is the game
Perception.
showing as paused for you guys, or is that just me?
For everyone.
Where's the perception at again?
It was.
Front page. First
Front
page of your
page.
character sheet. Actually, it's on all pages of your character
Oh, there
sheet.
it
It's on the
is.
side panel.
Side panel. I'm looking at the side panel right now. Hang on. Modifiers. I see
It's
perception right
underneath
there.
armor class, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not letting me.
Just
Oh,
above
there we go.
initiative.
There we go. I got it. I got it.
Okay. Oh, that's weird. Why is this show up? I'm not sure.
Alright. And while he's doing that, I guess for the minute, I'm gonna pursue not what is it, pursue the lead? Yeah, I'm gonna pursue the lead of what you told me about the rope and the hair. Basically stare at it for a minute.
Okay. So, Zod, what you can tell about this is that the person that went through this window went through with extreme force. It does not look like she took a flying leap out the window. It looks like she was forcefully ejected through that window.
I look back at everyone and be like, well, we know for sure that she didn't get sent out on her own. Somebody else had to have been here. No one said that going that far on their own. At least not with the flight spell.
All right. Next up, let's go with. All right, Guri is studying that, so we'll go with Shaw. What are you doing?
For right now, I'm gonna be following around Squint, who currently has like a what are they called, like a magnifying glass, and he's just coursing the outside rim of the window that she got yeeted out of, basically looking for anything that is evident, like anything that might have dropped off of anybody, residue, that kind of thing.
Okay. If you want, give me a perception.
Okay. I feel like I just had it. Where the fuck did it go?
Left side above initiative.
Oh. I knew that. Swear.
Apparently you didn't know that.
A 9 is still average. And this is Squint doing the investigation.
Yeah, painfully.
Squint is studying very dutifully, but has not yet turned anything up.
Right. Very similar to his note-taking skills.
Yes. All right, we'll go with Coronin next.
I'm gonna see if I can spot anything magical and weird, since that's what I like to look for.
Okay. Give me. Let me see your skills. Oh, give me either an esoteric or an arcane. I know the esoteric's gonna have your negative because it's not dealing with a specific creature, so. But I will allow for either. Okay. So you find two things. You find a feather. It's a black feather. And it seems to be just under the bed a little bit. This bed. So it's like right under the edge, like right here. It is warm to the touch and gives a faint smell of sulfur. You also find the workings of a mechanical arm under the bed as well. When you find the feather, you notice that. And the mechanical arm looks to be a prototype prosthetic.
I'm gonna hold up the feather and be like, "Hey, Squint, friend of yours?
How big is the feather? Like, is that something I need to roll for? Like, is it roughly the same size of a normal bird, or is it bigger?
It is bigger. It
Like-
is roughly the size of your forearm.
Squint responds with, well, yeah, it could be. Maybe. I don't know. Just, maybe a new friend. A little suspicious.
Then also gonna ask if anyone knows anything about prosthetic robotics.
Keating apparently does.
Who?
Keating. It's yet another joke about his fuckbot.
I wasn't there
You
for
drinking medicine?
physically for that. Be like, what the fuck are you talking
Drink it all.
about?
Where's Erica?
Well, question: since I'm trained in medicine and it's supposed to be a prosthetic, would I have knowledge of that?
Okay.
You could roll a medicine check on it.
All right. I know where these are. Apparently not.
Let me try. Let's see what I got.
Was that a natural one? Natural one.
I will
Isn't
also.
that a leg?
It is indeed an arm.
I will also let Zod do a flat check, if he would like. So just roll a d20, and if it's over my threshold, I'll let you have some
Okay.
knowledge on it.
Not the D12. Hang on.
That was my threshold. Good job. All right.
Wow.
You recognize that as a prototype prosthetic made by Cinderdwift.
God, did you have to name it that?
I think I see one of these things rolling around the factories back in my day, but that was back in the secret section. Nobody went back there very much. Weeds weren't out for mainline production yet, don't look like. Whoever need this though, they're definitely missing something they need.
Felix, where would you like to investigate?
I want to look at what's on the desk.
Cool. Give me a perception check. All right. Among bills and other various like household memos and notes and such, you do find a journal. For the most part, it's just Caribou taking notes about Volden or Voden, and there's a lot of like how I miss you and things like that. And then as you get towards the back, there's a lot of like she's still talking about how she misses someone, and there are notes of I've been so cold lately. My head's hurting. Nothing seems to be helping. I had to leave work the other day early because my vision got blurry. And she just seems to be really worried about where money is going to be coming from if the headaches don't subside. You also do find a couple report cards for the kid from school. They are not amazing grades, Some of his grades are higher than others. He seems to have an aptitude for math and history, but his understanding of like the fine arts and language seem to be lacking really badly. Also, his machine class that he's in, that's basically just like vocational. The vocational class is passing, but not like high passing.
So painfully average.
For that one, yes. His math and history he excels, but the vocational is painfully average, and everything else needs work.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Zod, what are you investigating?
I'm probably just going over this arm and seeing if I see any markings on it, any ownership, serial numbers, things of that nature.
Because you have worked for the company, you know where the crafter seal is located on them. It's basically just the person who created said prototype where they put their crafter mark. And the initials that are there are AC.
Would I recognize that name or those initials?
You don't necessarily recognize the initials per se. But you do know that the last name of the family's house that you're currently standing in is Cragbuckle. So it is possible that someone in the house was the person that crafted that prototype. And
Oh.
Cragbuckle is one word, by the way, in case anybody was curious.
I'll share that information with everybody. Like, tell them basically, well, seems like the person who owned this place, also the person that might have been crafting it. Might be able to take this down to Cinderdrift, get a little bit more information out of it, but there seems to be a Cragbuckle contraption here. Do I, if I was to look around, would I see any like shipments or invoices of things that he has recently purchased this, or anything coming from Cinderdrift?
You don't see anything with company letterhead looking around. You do notice a couple family photos that are 3 people in the photo. A man, a woman, and a child.
And are they all fully appendaged?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's about all I can really think of right now is maybe check up with the Cinderdrift League and see if they might be able to give us some more information on the arm. Sorry if
Okay.
I'm a bit out of it. I am sick as can be today. I'm trying to stay with y'all.
You're doing fine. Charlotte, what are you searching?
I'm searching the area I'm in, like what is around here.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay. So you you notice that there is a latch, a not obvious latch, on this chest.
Is it trapped?
I don't know.
Can I check if it's trapped?
I mean, yeah.
Whoa, wait! Don't lie to her. You know whether or not it's trapped or not.
Okay,
It's
we're gonna
whether
have
or
to
not
roll.
she knows it's trapped or not.
You can roll if you want. It's not. You're fine.
Okay, I'm gonna open it then. What's in there?
Okay. So in there you find a book that is labeled with AC on the front.
AC.
Yeah, it's pressed into the leather cover.
Um, Opening it and glancing through it. Anything I would recognize?
It looks like a bunch of manufacturer notes for creating prosthetics.
Is that the only thing in there?
Yes.
What's the note say?
It's a book on creating prosthetics.
Inside the front cover, you do see property of Arden Cragbuckle.
Ardent Cragbuckle?
Yes.
Zod, is this someone you would recognize? Someone named Arden?
Surprise, motherfucker.
With my character, I think we've already
Hello.
established my character doesn't know them, but right?
Whoever played
Yeah,
that.
you don't know. Why did that? Because I am selected on you currently, it just had me type that as you. That's funny as shit.
But hey, Hannibal, how you doing? We are currently doing
He
an
just said
investigation.
Arctic Crackbuckle.
I enjoy the fact that I can actually say things as you guys, but at the same time, it's kind of ridiculous because it's just like, no, like, why?
That
Ah,
don't seem to be.
honestly, half the crew here has been
It
sick,
does seem he's pretty good at whatever he did. Looking about the way this is crafted.
especially the one talking.
Okay.
You can tell he's a bit more nasally than usual.
The bed that you are. This bed seems to be a child's bed, so under it you find several different toys.
Which
Wait.
looks the most loved? Like, kind of worn down. Shit like that.
You see there is one, it is a mechanical wind-up toy. And
We
the
are
key
currently
has
investigating how
very
someone got yeeted out a
visible,
window
like
200
the
feet
metal is worn
or 100 feet.
on the key. The oils from their skin has definitely caused a little bit of corrosion on the key. Like, this has probably been used the most. And it is a wind-up toy of a giant hamster.
I will take it with me. Put it in my bag.
Something I did thought I could do since I'm going to cast detect magic and see if anything
The thing with the
anything
giant
pops out
hamster
in the room.
is technically
And
the
I will
previous
choose
campaign.
Ignore the magic I'm fully aware of. Magic
Uh,
items and ongoing spells of your allies.
Supposedly 1,000 years before this, especially why Solus laughed. He wrestled a
Other
giant
than
space
the
hamster and
arm,
lost.
Nothing glows.
Not even
Huh.
a feather?
Okay, yes, the feather does have a subtle aura of magic to it.
Well, seems about the only thing that's abnormal in this room is that feather and this here arm.
Do, do you and Felix want to roll a perception check on the bathroom?
Sure.
That is a sentence.
I don't know about Felix.
Yeah, sure.
All right, both of you go ahead.
I'm trying to find the ability called
Alright,
That's Odd.
So the both of you find a metric shit ton of different headache remedies in there. You also find a lot of different agents that are used for burn creams. Some for more severe burns than others. The general consensus that you can get is that Caribou Cragbuckle, in and of herself, is a metal worker. And so the burn creams make sense. These things happen. The headache medicine probably more aligns with the symptoms of what she'd been feeling.
So more or less nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, no. Same thing, just different house.
Okay, yeah. But basically,
Has anyone
I'm a-
checked the fireplace?
I'm a pain in the ass during investigations because the GM has to tell me one thing specifically that's kind of important to the investigation because of this ability that's odd.
Or did
Does
she say it was
someone want
hot?
to check the fireplace?
She was saying she was cold, right?
Yes.
I'll check.
So in the fireplace, you find that there has been an excessive amount of wood burned in that fireplace. There's also a large pot that is still mostly containing water. It doesn't look like it's been burned in several months, albeit because no one's been here. But the best guess is that it falls in line with most people humidifying their area because that's what felt good and allowed some alleviation of the headache.
Okay, I'm done.
Anybody else have something they want to search in the apartment?
Well, am I done staring at it? Has it been a minute?
Yes.
I'd like to investigate the shards. Or the rope and the hair.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything for that?
Please give me a... Oh, one sec. Please give me a religion check.
Religion. Alright.
Religion?
Yep.
Dude, my dice are not good this entire campaign.
Honestly, it's untrained for you, so it was gonna be kind of pants.
Alright. Like,
He's on a. What's? I'm sorry, I didn't hear. What was a religion check for? Or the shards or what?
No,
Yeah.
the rope he found.
Oh.
basically. Go
Are
ahead.
you sharing it with the group?
Yes. Hey, I'll be like, hey, anyone notice the rope out this window here? Seems to be glowing
I'm trained in both religion and occultism. Can I give it a try?
Anybody who wants to roll a religion check for it can.
And does Cluin work with that?
If Coronin would like to roll, he can roll his esoteric without the negative.
Dang, solid.
+7, still a 13.
Dude, I've had +7 and rolled 8. So.
Man, you guys are so close.
The
Okay,
22
well-
doesn't get it?
Question is, can the Cluin help the 22?
How much does a plus for the Cluin give?
Basically the same as my Pursue the Lead. So +1.
+1?
Yeah.
He'd still be off by 1.
You need a 24? Even if I did roll, I wouldn't even be... The highest I could get is a 20.
25 is the highest I can get.
I will give you guys one more pass if you want to try again.
All now that I know the check, I'm not getting.
I'll give it a try, but we'll see. Oh, you kidding me?
Actually, if I clue him in, you said 24?
Okay. 24 works. Alright. So, you sit there and think on it. You're staring at it, and suddenly a light dings that is the strand of rope hair that is fabled to the Arenes or Arenes, the demon creature known as the Furies.
How do you spell that? Not the Furies, the original word that you said.
Erinnys.
E-R...
This is the hair of the Furies?
Yeah,
Or
they
the hair?
have an ability that is, well, it's just called rope, but they braid it into their hair and they can use it as a rope snare.
Alright, well, it's been a long time since I read something about this, but this right here looks to be about one of them hairs from, how do y'all call them, Furies, or demons, so that is. So, this guy here had some big-time enemies. Devil?
Yes.
Alright, well, it's a devil. But he seemed to have some big enemies here if he's dealing with them.
Like, and I asked, is it safe to touch?
Oh, look at him. Well, you've been touching it, haven't you?
I've just been staring at it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you had it in your hand to touch it. Okay. Oh.
Which also kind of gives you an idea of where that feather could have come from as well.
Well, looks like we might need to get in touch with somebody who knows a bit more about the occult side of things if we're going to be having to deal with devils.
Would it be a cult or religion, since it was a religion check? Yeah.
Well, I meant occult. I didn't mean this check. I just meant my character saying occult as in
Oh.
evil shit. Do we,
Isn't
Bas-
that a church or something?
Basically, I'm wondering if I can bag it to bring back to the university.
Yeah, you totally can.
Alright. I bag a sample with, usual, like, plastic bags. Trying to not get anything in it.
Okay.
It melts through the bag. Like, oh fuck.
Al will take the arm back with us.
Take the book as well. I have no use for it.
I use my slate to take a photo of all the medicine in the bathroom.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything that they would like to do in this apartment?
Yeah. I'm gonna wait for people to be looking away from me and transform into pest form, where I get imprecise scent.
Okay.
And just see if anything smells off.
But how are you doing, Hannibal?
I mean, it's been 3 months, so
If you're still
it has to
there.
be something really strong.
And again, thank you for this
The
surprise.
strongest scent you get that seems out of place is the feather, and that is you can smell the sulfur on it more now, and the hair does have the same kind of sulfurous scent to it.
Oh, okay.
Well, do we know anybody in, I guess, some of the university would be able to point us in the direction of somebody who knows more about these fates, right?
And probably ask Keating or whoever else is in charge of this shit.
I'd be good to go myself.
Okay. Anybody else? All right. Well, I will take that as you're done in the apartment. Is there anything else that you would like to search in this area before you move on to your next lead?
Probably should check out the spot where she landed.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I was wondering if you guys were gonna do it, or if you just were gonna be like, "Fuck it."
Oh yeah, someone got ejected from over here at Mach speed apparently. But for fuck where she landed.
Okay. So you leave the apartment and head on down to street level. I assume you guys locked the door behind you as requested?
Yep, I would have locked the door.
Cool. Making it down to street level, the street is still relatively empty. It doesn't look like Sludge Street gets a whole lot of traffic normally. It's one of the thinner streets, so it doesn't look like it sees a lot of foot traffic.
Don't see why there's not a bigger draw for Sludge Street.
I don't know. Guri.
Yep.
That's odd. The impact appears to be purely downward force.
Huh. Okay.
And who would like to make perception checks on the divot or small crater that has been left in the street?
I guess me as well. And
7. Call it now.
Hold on, I gotta
No,
take
like,
off. Where is it?
trying to like curse him.
Hey, do I get
Yeah, you were too off.
question? Do I get any bonus to it because of the that's odd?
I will let you keep your pursue elite.
Oh, okay. I'll just turn that back on then.
This is all part of the same investigation, so.
Here's I'll throw it out there too. See.
Oh my God! Something above a 10 with a +7. Dear God.
Alright, so Coronin, Tracy, and Zod. The top layer of stone is broken. You actually do notice, though, that there are a couple pieces of skull fragment still in the mix of broken stone.
Like how big are the pieces of skull fragment?
They could easily be mistaken as gravel or
Alright.
pieces of broken stone. Like, it's one of those you guys perceived it high enough to go, wait, that's not stone.
I take a piece and put it in the bag, like the rope.
Okay.
Didn't have to do the archaeologist trick of touching it to your tongue.
No.
Yep, this tastes like bone. And you do notice that just next to the impact point is a sewer drain.
Is there anything in the sewer drain?
I remember you were saying something to smell the sewage earlier.
Volden. Or not Volden.
Melon.
Sorry.
Melon. Or whatever his name is. His name is Melon now.
Yeah, Melon. Melon Lord! Yeah, Melon had a smell of sewage because he works there.
Okay.
Clinton.
Yes.
Would anyone have seen, like, are there other buildings around or windows right across the window from the apartment that they would have seen, possibly seen her fall? Like, do we know if other people saw her drop down?
No one came forward and said anything.
Is there anyone like looking out their window and looking at us?
Give me a perception check. The building directly that faces the Copper House, you do notice on the second floor there is a woman kind of peeking through her blinds out the window at you guys and just kind of watching.
I would like to talk to them. I don't know how I'm gonna get there though.
It's another apartment building, so you could probably just go over to the apartment and try and figure it out.
Yeah, I'll try that. I don't know how much progress that's gonna get me, but I'll separate from the group and try and find that person.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. You find it. It takes you a little bit. It's a little difficult to figure it out from inside to outside kind of thing, but you're able to narrow it down and find where approximately you think she is.
I'll knock on her door.
You hear a little old woman's voice through the door. Hello?
Hello. Saw you looking down at us. You mind if I come in? Just want to ask some questions.
Are you one of the constables?
Nope. Don't like dealing with them.
I. mm, Oh, okay. She opens the door, and it is a very elderly woman. She looks frail as fuck. Like, you're pretty sure a strong breeze would knock this woman over and tear her skin at the same time.
Jesus Christ. Hello, ma'am. So, I noticed that you were glancing out your window at us. Wanted to know if you saw what happened with the individual right across from your building.
The lady that died 3 months ago because her son has some sort of weird innate magical power and tossed her out a window?
Did you see her son toss her out the window?
No, I just heard her scream. Yeah, I heard the scream and then I looked out and she was face down in the dirt or in the street. It was raining really bad.
Didn't notice anything else?
She kind of glances around, like, thinking. I. No?
No,
I.
ma'am.
I was just. I was just enjoying some nice music, and then I heard this woman scream, and then heard the sound of her hitting the asphalt. Well, the stone, not the asphalt.
Okay, and no one. Did anyone rush to check on her? Was there, like, someone there first? Or were you just hiding?
I called the constables.
Okay. Is she telling the truth?
Give me a roll.
What am I rolling?
Social. Or society.
50.
As best you can tell, she's being completely honest with you.
Okay.
She seems like the busybody old lady who has nothing better to do than to glare at people that walk across her street.
Okay, well, thank you for talking to me. I hope you have a good day, ma'am. I'm just gonna walk away.
Okay. All right. And while she was doing that, what was everybody else doing, and what are your next plans?
Well, I first of all I tell everyone that it doesn't look like she was yeeted from the window. Looks like she just fell straight down. And I do relay that information.
How'd
So
she get so far
that's
away then?
yeah, that's the part I'm confused about. Is if it looks like she fell straight down, how did she fall straight down after being ejected from her
Uh,
apartment 100 feet away?
Alright, out of character. Did I put two and two together? Or do I roll to put two and two together about the feather?
I was gonna wave the feather.
Yeah. I take offense.
I mean, this is you guys' investigation, huh?
Yeah.
You guys can come up with whatever theories you want. I ain't gonna stop you.
Alright. Alright. If he's waving the feather, I just point to it like I'm assuming someone flew. And we
Oh, so Coop grabbed her, throw themselves out the window, and then dropped her. That's my going theory.
I don't think it's kook considering what Zod told us about Fury.
All the bullshit that the fucking Coop's been going through. Mm. I'm not saying it's a correct theory. I'm just saying.
Look,
You and Lady Miranda are gonna get along swimmingly.
I
It's
admit
probably his fault.
that my first thought was Kook too. And although he seemed like he didn't wash much, he didn't smell like sulfur.
Did you sniff him?
He did smell like sewer, and there's sewer right next to here.
Did you sniff him 3 months ago?
Which,
The fact that this still smells like sulfur after 3 months seems to me like it's probably a pretty constant smell on whatever this comes from.
can I tell what type of feather? Like, if it's a wing feather or a down feather or something of that nature? Something that would indicate the creature's true size.
It is probably a flight feather. Like an actual like wing feather.
Huh. How big did you say it was?
Forearm sized.
Roughly a foot.
Depending on what type of body is attached to that, could have been something that flew out and dropped him down.
Give or take, how long was Kook's feathers when we saw him?
I mean, there are probably feathers on Kook that are a foot long.
Well, looks like we have our suspect.
What was that? You cut out.
Just laughing. I just like the sudden accusation of it's Kook. It's like the Scooby-Doo children. None other than Red Herring.
Well, he seems to be avoiding just about everybody.
How long has he been avoiding people again? How long did Kieran tell us that he's been quote unquote dead?
Several months.
Cool, so timeline adds up too.
Oh god.
Like,
I'm just saying, I have questions for the motherfucker.
basically, do I recall seeing like Kook's feathers and like basically able to compare it with what the one we found?
They're similar in the fact that they are probably both wing feathers, and they are similarly black in color, but the smell is different, and they do appear to have a bit different of a texture, I guess would be the best way to put it.
Well, if you want, we can go take this feather and line it up with Kook.
Look,
He's
I'm not
willing.
saying it's Kook, but there's a high
It's Kook.
probability it could be.
Aliens.
I just want this to be the running joke now every time you guys investigate something. It's Kook!
Yeah. I've already decided that. Whether anybody else goes along with it or not ain't my problem. It's probably Kook.
I appreciate it.
I mean,
I have an outside theory of what it could be from, but my character won't know that theory.
he is our large feather expert at worst, so asking him isn't a terrible idea.
Yeah. Just keep that feather safe. We'll line it up with Kook later, see if it belongs to him.
You're right, it's not a terrible idea. It's a horrible idea. For Kook.
I'm starting to see why he decided to play dead.
Well, if he owned up to the crime he committed, then we wouldn't have this problem.
Oh god, you guys are amazing. Alright, It is past that time. So what are you guys' plans for next time? Where do you want to head next?
Now,
Go ahead.
I know I need to pay my landlord, so I'll take some of that money I was given and go pay her off.
I'll also see if I can get the visitation rights to the kid.
Okay. Also, it is roughly 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
And I guess while I'm waiting to hear back, go find something to eat.
I'm probably gonna go with Tracy on this one, mostly because I'm also hungry.
Yeah, going back to the inn seems like a good idea.
Clinton, you mentioned there was a church or something, right?
Did I?
Not church, but like something real. No, it seems like a cult thing or something. Like early on.
The rope that was found, the rope hair that was found, was a religion check, as well as the feather is related to it.
No, like in the slums, is there an area that's like church or I don't know, cult? Is there a god that people worship or something?
There are various churches about. People always want to have faith in something that's more than themselves, so yeah.
Do I know any? I guess my next move would be to like investigate and learn more about the Furies. Since it makes no
Okay.
sense for me to my character go back to the inn and eat. Because I woke up like what?
3 hours ago.
3 hours ago?
3 hours ago?
Yeah. So
Okay,
I'll
so
decide next
you're
time
gonna
if I
look
want to
for
go to a library or something else.
a library or a church. Okay.
Yep.
Let me jot these down real quick. Okay, so what I've got is Charlotte is going to a library or church, Zod is going to go play the landlord, and the rest of the group is headed back to the Raccoon Terrace.
Sounds good.
Does that
Sounds
sound
right.
correct?
Yeah.
Works for me.
Yep.
All right, awesome. We will pick up next time with that.
Sounds good.
Cool. Thanks for running
everybody
this
for
one.
showing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Thanks for running the show.
Not a problem. I'm
Hey.
enjoying it.
And basically, God damn it, I bet that's going to. But yeah, Shaw, I'm gonna end this, get some food, and gonna switch to DVD for tonight. If you feel like joining us later.
Yeah, I've got some stuff I need to clean up, but and take care of, including food.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I can hop back on a little bit later.
All right. And I'm good doing that. Go ahead.
You too, man. Feel better.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, dude.
I got that new school plague they brought home, whatever all them kids are carrying around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Schools are a petri dish.
Yes, they are.
Enclosed
yeah,
spaces with people are petri dishes.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, Apparently, one of the Big Castle and Small Castle, the two enclosed things.
Yeah.
All right. While they do that, I'm gonna go ahead and end. So, like I said, I'm gonna go get some food. And I'll be back with Dead by Daylight in a few minutes. I also need the restroom. So, not rating anyone right now, but thank you guys so much for watching, lurking, all that good stuff. Sorry for the technical difficulties with the small power surge I had. But anyway, like I said, did I already say that? I lost my outro. But yeah, I'll be right back with DVD. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you all later. Bye-bye.